we go. Hey gang, it's been a while. So I figured I'd start off on the loading page to show you the mods that we currently have in on our server. So these are all cross-play enabled mods because my buddy that plays on console, he and I finally get to play together with mods. It's fun listening to him go, "Oh my God, they have this in here," and being like, "Yeah, we've been playing with that for years." Because a lot of the like QOO here, this is a really good one if you've ever played on PC. This one has basically everything you're missing from S Plus. Now I do know this says out of date, and I can't force update some of these mods on Nitrado anymore because it's CurseForge and not Steam. And yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. But we have a lot of little, whatever mods and some really great stuff on here. I installed owls for a friend because she was dying for them. The egg collector, QOL, the cryopods. I prefer dino storage. And when I went and looked at the guy's Discord that made the dino storage mod, he says maybe January, maybe later. You know, he's busy with family things and doesn't really have time to sit down and put it all together like he would, and that's totally fine. As soon as dino storage comes on, though, we'll be dumping all of our animals out of cryopods and using the balls instead, the soul balls. It's much nicer. So we have the super spyglass and super binoculars. Those are great. Death recovery. The stacks with a 90% reduction in weight. May wings don't seem to be working right. Uh, some of his stuff, it sounds like it doesn't work properly on multiplayer, but it does on single player, like his cinema crops, however you say it. Egg collector is wonderful. It now incubates your eggs as well as picking them up. It does have a huge range, so you have to be careful. Make sure you're not living next to other people. But it's a pretty good one. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and hit join. It's going to talk about updating mods. And as soon as I get to the password, I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream for a second, and I'll be right back. Alright, here we go. I know you can't see what I type in, but I still, I feel more comfortable hiding that. No offense to anybody, but this isn't my server. I have done things in the past where my servers, I've made them open to people, but a game like Ark 2 I think is there's so much time and love and effort put into people's buildings, people's homes, things like that. I know even on PvE, I wouldn't want to risk letting something happen to somebody's animals. Alright, so welcome. So the house is probably, I think, mostly like you guys saw it the last time I played. There is no door here currently. I accidentally used the quality of life gun to break my door instead of pick up a cryopod. And I went, you know what? The dino gates, for some reason, and they're doing this for everybody, are causing a lot of lag. So I think I'm gonna just kind of trust that I'm okay here. And, yeah, not put it back up. So I had originally just spikes, but the platycus kept getting in my yard and pushing things around. So I put up gates here. I have had a gate break once or twice from an alpha raptor. So I probably should swap this over to metal. But I didn't want a lot of gates up because I wanted things to look very open over here. I mean, I live in the redwoods. I've had terrible things happen, like tree kitties spawning where my platforms are, stuff like that. So let's have a look around. I don't know what I had the last time I played. Probably a whole heck of a lot. So right over here, because of the new snapping system with the tree platforms, which is incredible, I snapped these ceilings out to here, put a ramp, and then put down some stone foundations They snap to it perfectly. Now, some of these are ceilings, some are stone foundations, but I hope this is a foundation, right? Yeah, so I probably placed the ceiling and then the foundations, and then ran it all the way through here. So I had a little walkway, because this is mostly just empty space over here. So I got like a little parking spot and all that kind of good stuff. And this is my baby breeding area. So we've got, from QOL, we have the nanny that feeds babies that you throw out. You're done. And we've got, I had Maywings out here, but I removed them. I've got my egg collector, so you can see I've got Gigas over here, and I had some other breeders up here too that I recently moved, and there's breeders up here too. The reason they're here is so that the egg collectors can pick them up. The reason the Gigas are far apart was because the range on the Giga breeding is crazy. But I also have the QOL air conditioners, so I can just take my eggs here and start dropping them, and they'll instantly hatch and be picked up by this thing here, cryo terminal, which does cost 100 element to make, but yeah, if I'm running the boss fight, it's no problem. Which is actually one of the things I'm going to do today, is run the boss fight. We have a mutation. Don't care. Alright, so if you've ever played with Dino Storage, if you're a PC player, you'll actually recognize what I'm about to do. All dinos. It's very, very similar. I think I kind of like this in some ways because it's more expensive than, you know, Dino Storage. Dino Storage is really cheap. So it makes you work a little bit harder for it. But, yeah, at this point, I just want my Dino Storage back. If for nothing else, the fact that we call them Pokeballs or Soul Balls, all stack up. So we also have a tech generator here. And you can see I have, with, you know, 48 element in it, I've got enough fuel for 363 days. I have my fuel consumption turned to 10. So that people just don't have to worry about that stuff. It does hurt in the production of charcoal when you first start, but yeah, it's fine. So let me show you the nice thing about the tech generators. This is the default range on the tech generators. Look at this. This is insane. So you can see I had a little secret hidden compartment for my regular gas generator. But I went ahead and put this here because it was covering my entire platform where my babies are. Let's go ahead and hide the range. It's just huge. Absolutely huge. Yeah, see, this is where my gas generator was. Not there anymore. So I have a lot that I think I need to do with this house. It needs help. One of the things that bothers me too about the new building designs is that there is no half stair, so I couldn't do a proper stair up to here. This is basically from over here, hiding the top part of my industrial forge. See, when I had the dino gates, they would close up this little area here, so it was sort of like a hidden bathroom, but yeah, I haven't really done anything with that corner yet. See here, oh, I love this thing, because you can destroy a couple of female animals and integrate them into the machine. So I am passively generating eggs from all of these animals right here. So I have got a ton of eggs for kibble, which is good because I have my taming pets. I don't know if my taming pets are around either. Not the last time I streamed. Oh wait, I want to come back up here. Grab my Pteranodon. But before I do that... No, we'll grab the Pteranodon and we'll talk about the other stuff. So when we went crossplay, I checked off Windows PC version and as well as Xbox, and we had some really weird issues with sudden tribe limits. I don't know if I managed to change it somehow or what was going on, but yeah, suddenly we were over our tribe limit, and that was not great. That was not great because we couldn't tame anything else. But I got that fixed. So, because we all have cryopods, these are my taming pens. And we all have Rhygnathas, so you can put things like a T-Rex in here. Or a Yeti. And you can tame them. So I left room between these two. So that, you know, more than one person could drop things off. And then over here. Right in here. Oh shoot, you know what? I think I just made... Oh, yeah. I think I made shock darts yesterday and just left them in the fabricator. But I've been trying to keep this full of kibble and food and different things like that. There's beer for calicodariums, all kinds of good stuff. This is sushi. This comes from the Archelon? Yeah. So if you accidentally shoot it one too many times, you can throw a sushi in there. And it'll fix your boo-boos with taming. So yeah, I've got this nice little taming pen area set up here. Oh yeah. You know, I wanted to set up something where people could entertain themselves while they wait. So I have this, and then you can mess with people that are on the toilet. I know, it's terrible. It's terrible, but I thought it was funny. We've been telling everybody like, come over, use the bathroom, and then being like, dee. I know it's terrible, but you know it's a game. It's not something I would ever do in real life, but it is very entertaining in game. All right, so I have to show you one of the things I did. So, we have a joke. If you ever level up a sloth... Let me go see if I can find a sloth. And I do not mean this in a sacrilegious way. I will just... Let me put that out there. The sloth does this, and it looks like they're praising Sloth Jesus, is what we said. Praise Sloth Jesus. You know. So, while I was waiting on people one day when we were doing boss fights, I used Cran, or AKA, formerly known as, I should say, Dolly Mini, to produce this painting right here of Sloth Jesus. And I used, you can see even the Cran symbol at the bottom. I used a program that somebody had lovingly made that allowed me to upload the picture and then paint it in game, which looks so much better than the paintings I used to paint. We have a whole bunch of them. We're having so much fun with them. Yeah, it's kind of a pain to get the pictures uploaded to the server though, because for whatever reason, until I gave this picture to my friend, she couldn't see it. And I did a few other little things for her here, so just having some fun. Yes, you're very cute. I have an obsession with sloths. I can't really describe why. It's just a thing. So, speaking of that, one of the things I was going to do today was grab my sloth. Where is Trixie? There she is. And head on down to the boss fight. So, I have an irrational love of several animals in this game. And I say irrational because, you know, everybody loves cinema crops, whatever you want to call them. Whatever they're actually called, I should say. Because who doesn't like the idea of a backpack glider? I mean, it works almost like the tech pack, except it doesn't require element, you know? I love it. I love them. But I don't think that's an irrational love. Same with the Rhygnathas. These things are amazing. You can sit on their back, you can shoot your gun, you can take a passenger, you can pick up a T-Rex. Who wouldn't love that? They're awesome. My irrational love, however, for animals in this game would be the sloths, the Tusoteuthis, the Pelagornis, and the Ferox. I love all of them irrationally. Yes, look at you. I mean, they all have their places. They're all very important, but my love of sloths means that whenever it gets to be time to do a boss fight, you know, on the island, and we need sloths, I'm ready. I'm already breeding them, you know? So we're good to go. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to run the boss fight real quick. If you have never done the boss fight on the island, which who hasn't, a sloth is your best bet because of the bug buff. Yes, you can do it with the T-Rex. You can do it with a lot of different creatures. But the sloth just makes it nice and easy. And that's because they get a huge damage buff. Oh crap. Well, that's not what I wanted to have happen. So I've been having issues where I crash randomly, so I'm going to drop off most of my stuff in here. I may lose poor Trixie here. That would be my sloth, but that's okay. Because I have a backup. I never go in without a backup. I think I forgot to bring Trixie meat. Was there meat in my inventory? I don't think there was. No, just kibble. So we also have the gravestone thing that will pull stuff to us if we die. Wait, do I have beds in here? I do, okay. Obby. There we go. Yeah, and see, like I paint these for people so they know whose is whose and they can dump off their stuff if they don't want to take in the boss fight. So yeah, I bred them. They're not great. We had a really hard time finding sloths. I just managed to get a couple more good ones, but you can see we have an incredible saddle blueprint. You can see that the crafting skill bonus on this, my friend put like pretty much all of her points into crafting. And the saddle, I don't remember where we got the saddle, but I know when this game first came out, the drops were just ridiculous. So a lot of our things came from then, and we used the Helicoprion to turn them into blueprints. And we have a Helicoprion that's got 100% chance to turn something into a blueprint. Okay, so Trixie should be okay. She'll get meat in there. I don't know if I have the items in here to do the boss fight at the moment. No, I'm gonna go ahead and just spawn them in because I'm doing a video and I didn't prepare. That's what's new, right? Alright, Ark Boss Arenas. Let's pull this up. I know that there's a code to just teleport yourself to the boss, but that's not usually what I do. Broodmother. And beta. There we go. I don't like doing this on alpha because it gets a little bit close with beta. Alright. There we go. My mute button is control, which means anytime I copy paste anything, yeah, I'm accidentally muting myself. So I have to check it, make sure I'm not muted. So yeah, let's take a look at what this sloth has got. So you can see it's got decent points into health, decent points into stam. Melee is poopy. I got a new one that, like I said, I'm breeding in that's 42, and I think I have 2 extra points in weight. But if you look at inside of it, it's got 36,000 health and 37.12 melee. Now, I still think that there was some sort of mix-up because there was no was it the game.ini or gameusersetting.ini? And I copied it in Nitrado, and I copied it from my single player setting. So I feel like these guys are hitting for a little too much, but I mean, I could be wrong. This could be normal. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and run the boss fights. Basically, it's just gonna be me and Trixie. She'll be fine. And don't ask, I don't know why I started naming them all after drag queens, but I do. Much respect, much love. Right? Yeah. I was so excited when I got this color sloth because I had another one named Candy. There was this color on Survival Evolved, and I was just like, yes! She was definitely one of my favorites. A lot of my creatures I'm still just breeding for mutations. Although I keep forgetting because of QOL. Oh hey, I did spawn on his back. I have a mutator, so I can even get more mutants if I felt like it. Alright, so I'm going to try not to pound the ground too much, because that seems to be what crashes me. I'm so sorry, Trixie. Rest in peace. Alright. I'm going to pause the video. Actually, I'm probably going to stop for now since I crashed, and